Picture a Tuesday. You wake up, scroll your phone, make coffee, sit at a desk for 8 hours, come home exhausted, watch something on a screen, and fall asleep. That is a Tuesday. And somewhere in the back of your mind, there is a quiet feeling that something is wrong. Not broken, just off. Like you are living a life your body was not built for. That feeling has a name. And the answer to it is far stranger than you think. Your body is 200,000 years old. Your Tuesday is about 50 years old. The mismatch between those two numbers is responsible for nearly every vague, low-grade discomfort you carry around and cannot quite explain. The restlessness, the fatigue that sleep does not fix, the hunger that food does not fully satisfy. Your nervous system was shaped by a world that no longer exists. And to understand who you actually are, you need to go back to the world that built you. So what did ancient humans actually do all day? The answer will surprise you. It will probably make you a little envious. And by the end, you will understand why your body keeps sending you signals that your modern life keeps ignoring. Start with the most basic assumption most people carry. They picture ancient humans as exhausted, desperate, constantly on the edge of starvation, running from predators, hunting from dawn until dark, barely surviving. That image is almost entirely wrong. Anthropologist Marshall Salins spent decades studying hunter-gatherer societies, groups whose way of life most closely mirrors how your ancestors lived for the vast majority of human existence. In 1966, he presented research that would permanently shift how scientists think about the ancient world. He called hunter-gatherers the original affluent society, not wealthy in the modern sense, affluent in time, in rest, in something the modern world calls leisure, though for ancient humans it was not leisure at all, it was just life. The average adult in a hunter-gatherer band worked roughly 3 to 5 hours per day to meet all of their survival needs. 3 to 5 hours, not 8, not 10, not the 50-hour weeks modern humans have quietly accepted as normal. 3 to 5 hours of actual food gathering, tool making, and camp maintenance. And then the rest of the day was simply free. Let that settle for a moment. Your ancestors were not grinding. They were not optimizing. They were not hustling. They were sitting around fires. They were talking. They were laughing. They were playing. Anthropologist Kim Hill, who spent years living with the Ache people of Paraguay, one of the last truly isolated hunter-gatherer groups on Earth, documented that adults in the group spent enormous portions of their day in what he described as social visiting and rest. Not survival, not labor, just being with other people. This is what your brain was built inside of. Connection, proximity, unstructured time, long stretches of nothing in particular. That is not laziness. That is the factory setting. Now think about what food actually looked like. Ancient humans did not eat 3 meals a day. That structure is an invention, a social convention that emerged mostly from agricultural and industrial schedules. Your ancestors ate opportunistically. When food was there, they ate. When it was not, they did not panic. Their bodies were calibrated to handle the gap. Researcher Herman Poncer, in his work with the Hadza people of Tanzania, one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer populations, found something remarkable. Despite walking long distances and living in a physically demanding environment, Hadza adults burned roughly the same total daily calories as a sedentary office worker in a Western country. Your body is not built to burn more energy just because you move more. It is built to compensate. To balance, it is extraordinarily efficient, which means the feeling that you need to push harder, do more, produce more, that feeling is not coming from your biology. It is coming from your culture. And your biology? It keeps pushing back. Movement was a central part of ancient life, but not in the way modern fitness culture frames it. There were no workouts. There was no gym. There were no steps to count. Ancient humans moved constantly but gently, with occasional bursts of intensity, walking across varied terrain, carrying things, climbing, digging, throwing. Anthropologist Daniel Lieberman of Harvard, who has written extensively about the evolutionary biology of exercise, describes this pattern as active rest. Your body was designed to move often and gently, not to be still all week and then punish itself with 2 hours of cardio on Saturday. The disconnect between what your body expects and what modern life provides is not just a matter of comfort. It shows up in your health, your mood, your sleep, your ability to concentrate. Your brain was calibrated inside a world of constant gentle stimulation, varied light, varied sound, varied terry.